welcome you live here once again on a Friday night here. This time we are in Mexico here for round 6 of the Formula Allegiant World Championship in Season 3, coming off of a wild race in Imola with Dylan Fake taking his second win of the season. Can he maybe go up for a third win on the season? Yeah, here comes Bradley heading out on track here in qualifying. But yeah, we are here in Mexico City for the first time in Formula Allegiant. And first car to head out in Mexico is going to be Bradley in the V-Carb. Yep, we are live here in Mexico. As here we go. The V-Carb makes his way through the first 3 corners, really technical corners. But, yep, the V-Carb makes his way up through here as qualifying is basically just start. Green light has been displayed at the end of the pits here. And, yeah, people are heading out here for this 18-minute session here in qualifying. But, yep, as here we go. As Bradley makes his way through the S's. Obviously this track, not a track that's been on Formula Allegiant, but probably is a track that a lot of people are familiar with, because real life F1 track, and plus I'm sure a bunch of people have done it in leagues, so probably nothing really too unfamiliar for a lot of these drivers. But it'll be interesting to see how the competition here is here in Mexico. So goes Bradley to start his qualifying lap here. Obviously, V-Carb's real life livery just got announced, I believe, yesterday. They have a pretty solid livery, I would say. But speaking of livery season, the special Miami GP livery, even though we're not in my holy voice check, but even though we're not in Miami, the V-Carb is still going to run that special livery because it's a cool livery, and I agree it's a really nice livery. There's a Ferrari. Who is that? That would be Dylan Fake, the British driver. Looking for 3 in a row here in Mexico. But here comes Bradley, heading up through the S's. Probably not the most technical part of the track, but it is pretty technical. This whole track's honestly really technical. Really tough to get down, for sure. Yeah, then you head up into the stadium section, where most of the fans sit. And where a lot of action goes on in that hairpin right there. And definitely I would expect some dive bombs there during the race. But here comes Bradley heading up to the line. Gonna set a 1:15.8 to start off Formula Allegiant in Mexico. Bradley sets a 15.8. We'll see if anyone can go faster. Here comes Benji Bowen making his way through these corners. Got up into the top 5 in Imola, but then had a few mistakes. He's looking to not have those mistakes here tonight. But here he comes, Benji Bowen. It's at 16.3. Jack Ward also said at 15.8, so looks like that's going to be fastest time so far, around where the fastest time might be at 15.8, but we'll see. As Maddox Beard starts his lap. We also have the 2 Ferraris, Billy Kreger and Dylan Fake. I think Billy Kreger was giving Dylan Fake some draft. I think Billy Kreger also took the Lewis Hamilton line right there. But yeah, as Rainer Ferrari's come over the line with a 16.5 in the Sauber. We only have 8 people racing. Royce Kron goes top of the board, by the way. He goes to a 15.2 in the Williams. We're on the special livery again on that Williams machine. But yeah, we got 8 drivers here tonight. Not a huge field. It's definitely smaller than Imola, but still not a terrible field. As Dylan Fake goes top of the board, no surprise there. He goes to a 1:15.8. Sorry, what am I saying? 1:15.1. So yeah, Dylan Fake goes top of the board in the Ferrari. But here comes Maddox Beard making his way through the final corner. What will he get? He goes up to 3rd with a 1:15.5. Not a terrible lap from Maddox Beard, but he's gonna try to look to go faster as I don't know if Billy Craig's on a push lap or not, but yep. We're going to watch Billy Craig. I don't think this is a lap, but we'll see. Let's also pull up the lap data now that most people have set their laps. But yeah, it's currently Dylan Thake top of the board early here in Mexico qualifying. Qualifying is probably going to matter though here tonight because this track is not the easiest to pass at. I mean, there's a few overtaking zones. Definitely possible, but it can get a little tricky considering that this track's so technical and it's a little bit tight also. But, yep. So Race Crown just making laps is Race Crown's not really on a push lap. As Maddox Beard is also on his end lap. He makes his way through the stadium section. Yeah, Billy Craig, he has set a time, but I don't think it was a push lap. It's a 1:17.1. But yeah, Billy Craig was the points leader. I don't believe he is now. I will check points. Yeah, it's currently Dylan Thake who is first in points by 1 point over Billy Craig. So Ferrari is having kind of a breakout season. I mean, both Ferrari drivers are 1 and 2 in the points right now. And then Arda Mornow in third, Maddox Beer fourth, and Royce Crown in fifth. It's going to be an interesting title fight, though, because all of those drivers are really solid drivers. But one of those drivers is not here again. It's Arda Mornow. But a rough race in Imola had a solid comeback, but still was not the ideal race from Arda Mornow. And now he's probably going to lose more points because he's not racing tonight. But yeah, here is Bradley on his out lap. We're on board with the V-Carb, the rookie in that Cash App Racing Bulls says, yep, we're on board with them through the stadium section. And heading back onto the front stretch. As here he comes down the long front stretch, probably one of the longest straightaways on the calendar. A really long straightaway down the front stretch here in Mexico City, but then you enter all the corners, all the technical corners. Make your way through turns 1, 2, and 3. There's also Ryan Alcon, who has just arrived in Mexico halfway through qualifying. As here comes Bradley, making his way through these corners. Probably the most technical spot on the track. It's not easy, and really not a place where a lot of moves are going to be made. Yeah, here comes Bradley making his way up through the S's. Fast sweeping corners through the S's. I make sure to not get track limits also, but they're probably pretty lenient because we're using standard track limits. So yeah, they're probably fairly lenient, but Bradley, he has backed it down. This is not going to be a lap from Bradley. I think he aborted, he aborted his lap. So yeah, but here comes Jack Ward. I think this might be a lap for Jack Ward. We'll see if he can improve though. There's a lap it looks like it will be. To cut the distance through that final corner. He goes up to second with a 1:15.2. Good lap from Jack Ward in the Aston Martin. Or sorry, Grant Ward. I keep saying Jack Ward. It took me like the whole season to get used to saying Grant Ward. Because his whole career I've been calling him Jack Ward, and now he changed to Grant Ward. But yeah. There's Benji Bowen. I think he's probably on a lap right now in that Alpine. Nope, doesn't. No, he's actually not. He's 4 seconds in the red, so he's not on a lap. But Maddox Beard is about to be. He's currently fourth. He was third, but then he got knocked down to fourth after Jack Ward set his 15.2. That's a good lap from Grant Ward. Grant Ward looking for a win here tonight. Got one last season. Looking for another one here tonight. Actually, I got multiple. I kind of forgot, but Yes, here comes Maddox Beard making his way through turns 1, 2, and 3, where a lot of time could be found, a lot of time could be lost. As here comes Maddox Beard, a little slide there. But here comes Maddox Beard, heading up into probably maybe the most technical spot on the track. He's a 10th in the green in Sector 1, the short Sector 1. Sector 1's pretty short here. He's already a 10th in the green. Used a little bit of track limits there, but pretty lenient, like I said, with standard track limits. As here comes Maddox Beard, making his way through the S's. Looks like a really solid lap from this Red Bull, getting all he can out of that Red Bull. So here comes Maddox Beard as he heads up into the stadium section. 4/10 in the green, looking to maybe take top of the board from Dylan Thake. Through the stadium section, this is a great lap from Maddox Beard as here he comes. Out of the stadium section through the final corners. If we can just keep it nice and tidy. Looks like a great lap from the Red Bull. As here he comes, Maddox Beard goes to 1:14.8. What a lap from Maddox Beard. And that is top of the board for Maddox Beard with 7 minutes left here in qualifying. Maddox Beard goes top of the board. That was a good lap for Maddox Beard. That looked like it was almost absolute perfection from that Red Bull. Did have a little slide off of turn 3, but still, nonetheless, that seemed like a really solid lap. Royce Crown currently on a lap also, I think. As here comes the Williams, a 10th in the green. That would put him up to 2nd, but that's also where Maddox Beard was at the start of his lap. He's looking to do the same as Maddox Beard, maybe go faster than Maddox Beard. As Royce Crown makes his way, heading up through the S's. How hard will he push it? Doesn't look like he pushed it as hard as Maddox Beard, but we'll see. Beard was really sending that Red Bull around this track here at Mexico City. As Crown, oh, it's not quite. He is improving, but I don't know if it'll quite be enough to get to Dylan Thake's time. But he would go ahead of Jack Ward here. As here he comes through the final corners. Where can Royce Crown go? Defending champion goes up to 3rd. He goes ahead of Jack Ward, not quite able to get to Dylan Thake though. There's also Ryan Ocon, 5 minutes left. He's about to start his first lap here in Mexico City with a V-carb coming out on track right behind him. That's Bradley. This might be his final run in qualifying. Ryan Ocon looking to get up to speed here in Mexico. Obviously a little bit of a disadvantage that he had to miss like half of qualifying. But he's still looking to have a solid starting spot here for this Mexican Grand Prix. Here we go. See, it doesn't look like a bad lap though for Ryan Ocon. It goes a little wide there, but still doesn't look too bad. So here comes the Williams heading up through the S's. Seemed pretty solid. Oh, he missed it. I think that's going to be lap validated from Ryan Ocon. He missed it. And yeah, he's going to, I don't know. I'm assuming that's lap, is that lap deleted? I don't know if that lap is deleted actually. I don't know how. It looked like he really missed it. It was really wide there. I don't know if this lap is actually validated or not. Still showing, it's still going. We'll see the up to the line. Will this lap count? It will, and it'll go up to 7th. Surprised that it counted after he missed the S's a little bit, but maybe he just didn't gain time from it. But yeah, Ryan Ocon goes up to 7th. With 4 minutes left here in qualifying, just about 4 minutes. Dylan Thake has headed back out on track. The British driver looking to take pole position away from Maddox Beard. Latifi fought hard for a win in Spain, and Dylan Thake came out on top in Spain. And Thake's looking to do it again, but Maddox Beard does not want to relive that moment. He was really frustrated after Spain. He does not want to lose like that again. Yeah, here comes Dylan Thake. We'll see. Could he get to where Maddox Beard's time is? A 1:14.8 is an absolute flyer, though, here in Mexico. It's a near perfect lap for Maddox Beard. But what can Dylan Thake do? Let's find out. As here he comes down the front stretch. Going to use all the ERS. Obviously use the DRS also. down the front stretch into the braking zone. Thake's going to have to be absolutely perfect on this lap. Seemed like a pretty perfect turn one to me. Seems really solid from Dylan Thake as here he comes. Down the short shoe and heading up into these technical corners. Turns 4, 5, and 6. Jack Ward goes top of the board out of nowhere with a 1:14.7. What a lap from Grant Ward. Keep saying Jack Ward. I'm trying to go back to Grant Ward. But yeah, Grant Ward is now top of the board. But where is Dylan Thake? I don't know if he's improving enough. I think he might have just backed down. I think he might have backed it down. I think he's going to try again. I think Dylan Thake gave up on this lap. Yeah. So Dylan Thake is going to charge at the ERS, try again, but now he's going to be on worn tires, so this isn't looking great. So Matic Spirit's going to want to get on track here soon. I think he is, actually. Maybe. Maybe not. Beard's going to want to get out there soon, though. As here comes Dylan Thake. We'll watch him again, but we're also going to let's look at Bradley. Bradley, I don't know if this is a lap from the V-Carb. Doesn't look like it is. It may be, but I don't think so. This is Ryan Ocon, Benji Bowen, and Rainer Ferrer, who's ninth on the board. So yeah, here comes Dylan Thake. That didn't look bad right there. Gonna watch the Ferrari. Looking for 3 in a row tonight here in Mexico. He's not improving though. Thake is not improving, but we'll see. What can he do through sectors 2 and 3? As here he comes. Heading down into the S's. This is probably Thake's final chance here to try to get pole position, but can he do it? As here comes the Ferrari, heading up through the S's. Out of the S's, heading up into the stadium section. There's the other Ferrari, letting Dylan Thake through. Dylan Thake is 3/10 in the green. But will it be enough to get pole position here in Mexico? As here we go. Dylan Thake through the final corners. What a sector 2 it was. Did he repeat it in sector 3? He does, and he goes top of the board with a 1:14.6. But will anyone have anything to say about it? I think Grant Ward, I don't know. I don't think he's on a lap. Well, it showed he was improving, but I don't think he's on a lap. But we're going to have to watch Maddox Beard here. Maddox Beard looking to get pole position. He just has to find 2/10. That didn't look like a great turn 1 right there. But maybe it was. As here we go, heading down the short shoe. DRS open. As here he comes. The time has ran out here in qualifying. Beard is improving. As here comes the Red Bull. Little slide there, heading up through the double right-hander. He gets out probably the most technical spot on the track. And through the S's, how hard will Beard push here? So here he comes through the S's. Seemed pretty solid, but we'll see. Is he improving? Grant Ward just came over the line. He obviously was not on a lap. And Beard is not improving. But can he find time through sector 3? Runs a little wide, entering the stadium section, but he keeps it nice and tidy. But can the Red Bull steal pole position? Could he dethrone the Ferrari? As here he comes through the final corners. Maddox Beard, what can he do? Can't improve, and he stays in 3rd. Unless Royce Crown has something to say about it, he may. As here comes Royce Crown through the final corners. Where can he go? He goes to 3rd, but Dylan Thake gets on pole position. What a qualifying that was in Mexico, but no surprise, Dylan Thake on pole position once again in Mexico. As here's your results. Dylan Thake, Grant Ward. Grant Ward also had great qualifying for Grant Ward, by the way, but yeah, Royce Crown 3rd, Maddox Beard 4th, Billy Kreger 5th, Bradley 6th, Ryan Ocon 7th, Benji Bowen 8th, and Rainer Ferrer 9th. I don't know what's going on with my wheelbase right now. Don't mind this, but yeah, we're about to go ahead and head to the Mexican Grand Prix. So here we go. All right. think my wheelbase fixed itself. All right, don't mind that. But yeah, so here we go. All right, time for Mexico. All right, here we go. Drivers are down at the grid. They're going to get their strategies in. I fully expect to see a two-stop tonight. I don't think a one-stop's going to work at all. This track is really high on tire wear because of all the technical corners at this track, and it's going to be hard to pass too. I think your best bet here would just to be mad your tire's better and you probably could get some spots. But we'll see. What approach do these drivers take? Yep, see the fans at the paddock all ready to see what goes down here in Mexico City. The first time Mexico has been on the Formula Allegiant World Championship calendar. And hopefully it brings on a good show here tonight. Billy Krager won the first new track of the season. That was back in Miami 3 races ago, round 3. So, yeah, we'll see. Could Ferrari come out on top at a new track again? Formation lap gets underway. Yep, here we go. Formation lap underway. They get a good representation of how it will be off the line. But, yep, everyone's going to get their tires warmed up as I don't know what's happened to Grant Ward. He's fallen down to third on the formation lap. He's still going to be starting second. Yeah, Dylan Fake going for 3 in a row. Should be a great streak going for Dylan Fake. He's looking to extend this championship lead. And it looks fast here tonight, but could Grant Ward have a chance at a win tonight? Because I mean, Grant Ward, I mean, he looks like he's fast here in Mexico. I mean, we haven't really seen a whole ton of pace out of Grant Ward, I feel like, this season. He's had solid pace. I mean, he had a really good comeback in in Imola last round, but we haven't really seen him up there with winning pace, and we're seeing it tonight now. Grant Ward getting back to where he was toward like the end of season 2, a little bit at the start of season 2 also. Just had a few pop-up wins. Maybe won Austria. Oh, there's contact. Thankfully, there's no damage on the formation lap, but yeah. Oh, they got disqualified though, because yeah, Aston Martin and the Red Bull hit, and that disqualifies you from the formation lap. So they're gonna have to start a little further back in their grid spot. So they're gonna start on the same spot though. They're not gonna be able to go very far up in their grid spot. Yeah, here we go. Everyone lines up on the grid. Now the Alpine, Sauber, and the sauce of the Williams. So here we go. Time to get the Mexican Grand Prix underway. What will happen in Mexico City today? As here we go. Ferrari, top of the board, and we'll see if Ferrari can keep the lead in turn 1. Here we go. First time Formula Allegiant in Mexico. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights down, away we go. Run away in Mexico. As here we go. Turn 1 might get hectic here. As here we go. Down the long run up into turn 1. Be a bunch of slipstream. As here we go. Dake's going to go defensive. They're all going to fight positions heading up into the braking zone. As here we go. They'll lock up there. 3 wide. This is not going to work. The Red Bull backs out as they're all going to file their way, make their way out of turn 3. They all make it through cleanly, unlike last time out, but Royce Crown has gotten up into the second spot. Billy Krager up to third. Jack Ward down to fourth, and he's now losing more places. As here we go. Now Max Beard looking for the spot on the inside through the double right-hander. As here we go, more contact almost with the Williams, and I believe that was the Alpine. As here we go through the S's. Oh, the Grant Ward forces the Red Bull wide, but here we go. Red Bull might have to concede that position, or might have to back out there, but now the Red Bull down to 5th. But up front, Dylan Fake pulling away a little bit from Royce Crown. here we go. Royce Crown looking to have a rematch from Imola. He's looking to try to get this win here tonight. As here we go, down the front stretch here. For the second time here today, first time at full speed. Is here we go. Here we go. Final positions once again. This Maddox Beard, Grant Ward. Beard gonna get ahead of Grant Ward, but Grant Ward's gonna have a look back down the inside. Contact between the two, but Maddox Beard goes up to 4th position, completes the pass, and up to 4th goes the Red Bull. Now Grant Ward down to 5th, Bradley in 6th, then Ryan Ocon, and this is a big dogfight here for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Here comes the Alpine. Oh, contact! And they're making more contact as the Alpine slid down into the Sauber, but now the Alpine, does he have damage? More contact, which are beating and banging here, NASCAR style, here in Mexico. As here we go, up front, the Ferrari has broken out of DRS range to Royce Crown. Those two still look like they have pretty similar pace, I would say. But I think Royce Crown it took him a sec to get those tires of temperature. I don't know, the Olympic seems pretty quick though. We're gonna look at the tires everyone started on though. Something I'm interested in to see is, yellow flags. What is it for? That is for Benji Bowen. Unfortunately, early has a spin in the stadium section. As here comes Billy Kreger to the inside, to the outside, into turn 1, completes the pass before the braking zone, and now Ferrari 1 and 2. Yeah, something I gotta point out here is is both Ferraris start on the mediums while Royce Crown start on the hards. That's probably why Royce Crown started at the start of this race. But now more contact. Oh, there's contact between the Raider Ferrer and Ryan Ocon. This is a whole just dogfight back here. I think Ryan Ocon has lost some body work because he has a damaged front wing. Same with Rainer Ferrer. It's been a lot of contact back there. Surprisingly, Benji Bowen doesn't have any damage. But yeah. It's looking like it might be just a fight for second here tonight because Dylan Fake seems really quick. Is off the road. That's Maddox Beard. What's happened to Maddox Beard? Keeps it going. Didn't look like he had a spin, but I think he had a really big slide through the S's. Maybe hit a curb wrong or something. And yeah, I saw it in the background. The Red Bull slid off the track. Here we go. Oh, more moves made through the stadium section. Both of these guys with a broken front wing. Ryan Ocon. So here we go. Will there be any moves into turn 1? No, but here comes Maddox Beard though. The DRS gets ahead of the Red Bull Junior team. There's contact though through turn 1, but Beard is gonna get back up to the top 5. 2 Red Bull powered engines make their way down the short chute into here. More battling here. This is probably the closest battle on track. The Sauber and the Williams. Grant Ocon gonna get back up to 7th. Rainer Ferrer back down to 8th. I think these two are just gonna keep swapping positions here for this first maybe stint of the race. Then pit stops might start to spread everything out. So, oh no, Beard's off the road, almost in the barrier, as Maddox Beard off the road and he spins. Well, same spot, or almost same spot. He spins in the S's once again. What is happening to Maddox Beard? So I think he did actually hit the wall, and yeah, you see, he does have damage on that Red Bull. That's so unfortunate for Maddox Beard. Looked like he had really solid pace too tonight. There's no people in the pits though. The Ferraris are double stacking. The Ferraris are double stacking down in the pit lane, but don't think is ahead. He's gonna head out of the pit lane, but this is gonna lose Billy Kreger loads of time. As now Royce Crown goes longer, but yeah, the mediums somehow only last 5 laps. That is incredible. As yeah, everyone that started the mediums in the pits. Yeah, everyone that started the medians have came into the pit lane. This just shows how big the tire degradation is here in Mexico. So this kind of worked out for Maddox Beard. Didn't have to really run on the wing damage, but now he's behind Rainer Ferrer. So we're gonna have to make a really good comeback drive here in Mexico, but it's a long race here in Mexico. 36 laps. 36 laps is fairly long here in Mexico. So I think Beard has the time, especially if we get a safety car, he'll be able to. He'll hopefully be able to get back up there. But yeah, Royce Crown now leads. Oh, there is a safety car. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I didn't even realize. So I guess that was not a scheduled stop. That's my bad. Okay, so the safety car is out. Okay, right as I was talking about that, I didn't even see safety car on the boards. That is completely my bad. Okay, well, safety car is out. I think that was because of Maddox Beard's spin. So that was embarrassing. But, yeah, well, that does help Maddox Beard actually quite a bit, though. Lucky he got a safety car from that spin. I didn't think it was. But, yeah, I think it was because of that spin. I don't know, but that's probably why everyone came into the pits. Royce Crown is in the pits now. I'm not sure what the strategy call is for Royce Crown. I guess it makes sense. He wants to be on the fresh tires, but he's going to lose a bunch of positions because of this. And now this is looking great for Dylan Fake, who's down second. I don't think Bradley's going to elect to come into the pits, though. So, Fake's going to have to work his way around the V-carb. I don't think Beard got Crown, no. So Royce Crown stays in the top 5. But yeah, that's interesting. Safety car early in Mexico. And the race comes to a halt here in Mexico. Slow down to controlled speed behind the safety car here as they clean up the debris from Maddox Beard's spin. But, yep. So here we go, through the double right-hander. They pace up through the S's. Could safety car be in this lap? I don't think so, because Benji Bone's pretty far behind, yeah. Same with Ryan Alcon. So, I don't think safety car will be in this time. Probably come in next time by. Yes, here we go. I don't know if I don't think Bradley is going to come into the pit, so I think he's going to stay on his original strategy, even though the safety car came out. Not sure why Royce Crown didn't pit, though, when everyone else was. That's interesting. But, yeah. So the positions gained and lost. I guess safety car did mix everything around, but, yeah. Billy Krager had a really solid start, though. I mean, he got up to second, but, yeah, Ferrari's double stacking did not help him. Not really help him at all. But, yeah, those are positions gained and lost here under the safety car. And, yep, here we go. Lap 7, safety car will likely be in this lap as everyone will weave down the front stretch here, get those tires up to temperature. Yeah, Bradley probably going to be in trouble here on this restart. I mean, he has the track position, but those tires is probably going to fall down pretty quickly. So, I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting, but I think Bradley is definitely going to be at a disadvantage here. We'll see. I mean, maybe Bradley has a good strategy here. I'm kind of surprised Royce Crown didn't commit to that strategy. But, I mean, he did only lose only like 2 spots from pitting, so it's actually not the end of the world for Royce Crown, but definitely not ideal for the Williams, both 5th and 9th. But, yeah, so here we go. Bradley is going to lead us to green here in Formula Allegiant in Mexico. Yep, here we go. The V-carb leads us here to the green. Safety car in this lap, as expected. The Mercedes AMG safety car is going to make its way into the pit lane, and all eyes on Bradley here on the worn tires. Can he hang on and defend Dylan Fake here? Or will Dylan Fake just blow right past him? We'll see. Oh, contact! Oh no, that is big! Is that some bodywork flying off? I don't know from who it was, but we're back to racing. Yeah, Dylan Fake has damage. Dylan Fake has front wing damage after a huge checkup in the stadium section. Bradley leads us to green with a side-by-side behind him. Here comes Grant Ward looking for second. As they're all fighting positions, here comes Billy Krieger looking for a 2-for-1. As here we go. Oh, contact! Grant Ward goes way deep, and he hits the V-carb, and now he's left with wing damage. And now Grant Ward left at a disadvantage, and now here comes Billy Krieger. This is looking great for Billy Krieger. He's going to get around the V-carb maybe right here. So yeah, the V-carb not going to be happy with Grant Ward. I think Grant Ward just missed his braking zone, went too deep, and went straight into the V-carb. Lucky they didn't spin around from that, but yeah, Grant Ward is left with wing damage. I don't think Bradley got any. So it's lucky from Bradley, but yeah, so here we go. Through the S's, this is where Grant Ward's really going to struggle. Billy Krieger, now the lead Ferrari. Dylan Fake is falling all the way down to 6th. This is horrific. Oh my holy voice crap. This is horrific for Dylan Fake. They're 3 wide, heading up to the stadium section. There's contact heading up to the stadium section. Maddox Beard up to 3rd. What is going on here in Mexico? The Stakes going to elect to come into the pit lane to repair that front wing. So now Dylan Fake, same with, who is that in the pits? I'm not sure who that is. But here we go. That'd be Grant Ward, who also got wing damage. So they're fighting for positions here. Beard up to 2nd with Grant Ward pitting. And Billy Krieger in the lead with Beard 2nd, Crown 3rd, Bradley 4th, and Reina Ferrer 5th. The safety car has shaked up everything here in Mexico. As here we go. On lap 9, a big twist here in the first Mexican Grand Prix in Formula Allegiant. But yeah, as Billy Krieger has a little slide, Beard right on the rear gearbox. He has really solid pace in that Red Bull, and now he's looking to show it, looking to unleash the pace in that Red Bull. But he's got to get around the Ferrari. And so here we go. Yellow flags. Oh, that's Benji Bowen. Off the road, keeps it back on track though, and we stay green. Oh, Benji Bowen, what a save, kind of. He still spins around, but keeps it off the barrier. That was a good job from Benji Bowen to keep it off the barrier, and I don't believe that's going to be a safety car. We keep it green here in Mexico while Maddox Beard is taking the lead. Maddox Beard takes the lead here in Mexico, but he will be in trouble here because I think Billy Krieger will have DRS. As here we go, down the front stretch. Here comes Billy Krieger with the DRS, but could the Red Bull still stay in front? As here we go, down into turn 1. Billy Krieger makes the move. Can he stick it though? Down the inside. Can't get there though, and Maddox Beard hangs it on the outside, keeps the lead, but Billy Krieger still right on the rear gearbox, and with all this battling, Royce Crown closing right in. But here comes Billy Krieger down the inside. Beard does not want to give it up. It's almost contact. They keep it going though. Little bit of contact there. Oh, banging wheels. No one wants to give an inch here in Mexico. But yeah, who's gonna come on top here in this battle? As here we go. Billy Krieger keeps the lead. This is great defense from the Ferrari. I think Beard he does have better pace, but with the DRS really helped out the Ferrari there. And now here comes Royce Crown looking to the inside. Can't get there though. I think Beard's going to wait this time. I think he made a move in the stadium section. He did complete the pass, but then he just got passed right back on the front stretch. So he's going to wait this time. Wait in that DRS. And now here we go. He's going to have the DRS. This is looking much better for Maddox Beard this time around. And here we go down the front stretch. Lap 11. Here comes Maddox Beard. Beard heading up into turn 1. Will he make the dive? He looks to the inside. Does not make the move though. I think he's going to wait for the short shoot here. Just here we go. Runs a little bit wide. Is he close enough behind that Ferrari? Dylan Fake sets the fast lap of the race. He's also closing in on Benji Bowen. But Maddox Beard can't find a way around this Ferrari. The Ferrari seems very tricky to get around here in Mexico. And Billy Krieger, I mean, props to him. He's been really fast at the new tracks here on the Season 3 calendar. He's looking to get another win at a new track. He won in Miami, and he's looking to win the Mexican Grand Prix. And that would give him the championship lead. even if he doesn't win, wherever he finishes right now, he would have the championship lead if he finishes ahead of Dylan Fake. But here we go. Almost moves. Oh, contact between the Red Bull. What a save. But yeah, the Red Bull now falls down DRS range to Billy Kreger. That was big contact. Oh, more carnage. That's the Williams off the road. And same with the V-Carb. What has happened? Now two Williams side by side as Royce Crown keeps third. I don't know what has happened in the stadium section. But now Ryan Ocon somehow in fourth. As here comes Ryan Ocon looking on his Williams teammate. As here he comes to the inside and takes third up to the voting places. Hey, Ryan Ocon, I mean, might not have the winning pace, but he definitely has gotten pretty lucky with with all these incidents. He's kept it clean, and yeah, it's a good thing for him. But Royce Crown, your defending champion, still gets ahead of Ryan Ocon. But Ryan Ocon, he's in a good spot. So here we go, and he moves into the double right-hander. No, we have Bradley. I don't even know. That was absolute carnage through the stadium section last time around. But now Beard is going to have to work to get back in this DRS range. He does have the pace, but is he able to get into that DRS range? It's contact the Williams off the road. Royce Crown off the road and down to sixth again. What is happening to your defending champion? The two people that fought so hard for the win in Imola are now down in 6th and 8th. And they were 1 and 2, just about 10 laps to go. It's been absolute chaos as now yellow flags. Was it for Royce Crown? Speeds in the pits. 10-second penalty for Royce Crown. Everything is falling apart now for Royce Crown. Yeah, I'm not sure. They all come into the pits to repair the ring damage, I guess. Bradley, that might have been a scheduled pit stop for Bradley, actually. But yeah, he goes on to the mediums. Royce Crown serving the 10-second penalty, I think. Looked like he was, or it might have been just repairing the front wing. Benji Bone also in the pit lane, but Billy Kreger is now pulling away from Maddox Beard. Beard is kind of struggling. I mean, looking at the tires, are they on equal tires? Let's see. No, that makes sense. Beard is on the mediums. Beard is on the medium tires, so I think that's why that Ferrari is really fast right now, because he's on the hards. The hards seem like they're the best tire here in Mexico, because the tire fall off is just huge here in Mexico. The mediums just drop off like a rock after a few laps in Mexico. After maybe like 5-10 laps, they start to drop off. Yeah, I mean, Ryan Ocon is in the podium position right now. We'll see how long it lasts on everyone pits and stuff, but he's looking good right now. Same with René Ferrari having a good day. I mean, they were both down almost in last, but now they're up to 3rd and 4th. With all this carnage and all these twists here at Mexico. So here we go, Dylan Fake continuing his comeback drive. He gets up to 5th. Dylan Fake into the top 5. Dylan Fake still definitely might have a chance to win this race. Do not count out this Ferrari of Dylan Fake. If anyone can do this comeback, it's Dylan Fake. But, yeah. Just looking up front, 3 seconds the gap. Billy Kreger has been really good at managing those tires, but also he's just been overall pretty quick, and also with the hards, he definitely has the advantage. We'll see when Maddox Beard elects to pit, because I'm assuming both of these guys at the top of the road are gonna have to pit again. Yeah, definitely. We're only about halfway through, not even halfway through the Mexican Grand Prix. Let's see, we go. Down the front stretch here in Mexico City once again. Not really any action going on track. This is pretty much the closest battle. This is Dylan Fake and Grant Ward, who are two of probably the fastest cars here tonight in Mexico. And now here comes Grant Ward with a huge run. And with the DRS, it's going to help him out and to get around Dylan Fake. And Dylan Fake down to 6th again. And Grant Ward gets back up to 5th. Good battle between these two. Here we go. You see all the flags waving in the crowd, but as you watch, Grant Ward trying to keep this 5th place. I think they've been battling for a while now. There's Grant Ward and Dylan Thake, probably, like I said, two of the fastest cars here tonight, looking to make their comeback drives and try to get back up to where they should be in the top 3 at least. But yeah, here we go. Billy Krager has almost pulled out to a 5-second gap over Maddox Beard. Billy Krager looking for his 2nd career win, while Maddox Beard looking for his 1st, and Beard in the pits. Beard makes the call, heads to the pit lane, but I'm assuming with this strategy, he might have to make another stop after this. Ryan Ocon up to 2nd as Beard, let's see where he shakes out. If he can stay at a Grant Ward here, Dylan Thake, I don't think he will. No, he will not. Beard will fall behind them. So not looking great for Max Beard, but he is on much fresher tires than these two. With them battling, I think he could probably catch back up. But yes, it's Dylan Thake up to 4th now. This is better for 4th, not 5th anymore. As now the Ferrari up to 4th. Making their charge to get up to Rainer Ferrer, only 3.4 seconds behind. Say only, but I think they could probably catch that. They have really good pace here in Mexico. Beard 6.8, 6.7 seconds behind Grant Ward. Is Bradley right behind him, but with Maddox Beard on the fresher tires, this is looking much better for Maddox Beard to pull away from Bradley. Yeah, Beard looking to take advantage of having the fresher tires. He should gain a lot on the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. I think they are at a disadvantage still. They're going to have to pit again, obviously. But I'm really interested to see if Beard's going to try to go to the end on those hards. Because it hasn't looked like he's been able to really manage his tires very well. But then again, I don't think he's been on the hards yet. Yeah, Billy Krager out front here in Mexico. And he's currently 2nd in the championship, looking to take the championship lead back. Looking to get his 2nd win of the season, his 2nd career win. But here we go, yellow flags. Who is it for? That would be Benji Bowen once again. But yeah, now the battle might be on here on Rainer Ferrer. Like I said, they were able to catch up to Rainer Ferrer, and here comes the Ferrari and the Aston Martin with Beard also a hard charging Maddox Beard on the fresh tires, gaining on the 4th and 5th right now. But here we go. Rainer Ferrer behind, ahead of the Ferrari. The Ferrari behind Rainer Ferrer. Not really any passing opportunities right here, but we know Dylan Thake is a little bit faster. As here we go, heading out of the S's, heading up into the stadium section. The Sauber's going to try to defend down the inside, but can't do it. And Thake around the outside will take the podium place away from Rainer Ferrer. And Grant Ward follows shortly behind him. He gets up to 4th, and Thake up into 3rd. And Beard now closing in on Rainer Ferrer also, and not too far behind. You can see the 3 cars ahead of him up the road, down the front stretch. But yeah, looking back at Billy Krager. We'll see when he makes the call to pit, because he's definitely going to need to pit again. Yellow flags again. Who's it for? Looks like it's Benji Bowen again. But yeah. So here we go. A little bit cutting the grass there from the Ferrari of Billy Krager. But here he comes to the S's. How big of an undercut will this be for Maddox Beard also? I mean, Beard should technically have the provisional lead here, because I think the Ferrari and the Aston Martin are going to have to pit. So Beard has the provisional lead, but will he be able to stretch those tires to the end? That is the real question right now. Because he pit really early, but he did have to get off those mediums because he was struggling. It's now, oh no, Benji Bowen! He's, I don't know what's happening to him, but he has wrecked, and now could this be a safety car? Looks like they're going at full pace. Showing safety car on the boards. But yeah, Billy Krager I think is in the barrier or something. I don't know, but or I'm saying Benji Bowen in the barriers, but yeah, I don't know what's happened to Benji Bowen, but unlike Spain, I think they elect to keep it green. They're all going at similar pace. No, actually no, he's not. The Alpine just decided to retire it in the pit lane. I don't know why his AI went out on track. That's kind of an issue, but yeah, the Alpine has retired the car in the pit lane. And yes, here we go. Beard closing in on Rainer Ferrer. He is right there. How aggressive will he be, though, on the Sauber? So here we go. Didn't get DRS. Didn't get on the front stretch, so he didn't get on the short shoot, but he's there. Here comes Maddox Beard. How fast can he get around Rainer Ferrer? This could really make the difference here of Maddox Beard to catch the Ferrari and Aston Martin. So here comes Maddox Beard looking inside into the S's, and Beard gets up to 5th. I don't think Rainer Ferrer is trying to fight these people these drivers ahead of them, because I think he knows that they have better pace, and they're fighting for probably the race win here. Yeah, here we go. Grant Ward has fallen back to Dylan Thake, but Maddox Beard is flying out here with the fresher tires. A bit of a slide. But yeah, I mean, Beard could definitely have a shot here at getting his first career win. But again, I'm just concerned about him being able to get to the end on those tires. I don't think he will. No, but even if the Ferrari of Billy Krueger pit here, I mean, I don't even think he could get to the end. I mean, he's going to have to stretch those tires. I mean, the safety car was just at such an awkward time. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. And surely the other Ferrari, Dylan Thake, and Grant Ward definitely not going to be able to get to the end. So he knows. So Maddox Beard knows he's going to get ahead of them. But yeah, we'll see. This is going to be interesting with strategy here in Mexico. It's all just brewing up right now. I also want to point out Ryan Ocon in second right now, but Dylan Thake is also right there. I'm just realizing, but Ryan Ocon in second right now, probably going to fall down to third here shortly, but Ryan Ocon in the podium places right now. Still has yet to pit on this green flag run, but still, Ryan Ocon, I mean, having a solid performance, even though he has just kept it clean. I mean, that's a good thing, and I mean, he's capitalized on everyone else's mistakes. I mean, even the leader, Dylan Thake, got damaged because of Bradley's checkup on the restart. I don't think it was Bradley's fault. I think it was just the game that did that, but it's definitely frustrating for Dylan Thake. Here comes Dylan Thake down the front stretch. Here we go. Thake, will he pull it to the inside here on the Williams? Here we go. Dylan Thake makes the move on Ryan Ocon, and Dylan Thake up to second. And Ferrari 1-2 once again as moves here. No, not moves, but Ray McClure has elected to come into the pit lane. Yep, Ryan Ocon. Obviously not the Williams that Dylan Thake is necessarily used to fighting. He's used to fighting Royce Brown, but still fighting Ryan Ocon in a Williams. Yeah, Ryan Ocon hasn't really found the pace on F125. I mean, if he could get a good spot here, the Mexico, he can this will definitely help his momentum. But he has really struggled in F125 just because it's such a wheel-dependent game, and when you're on controller on this game, it's tough to be fast. So I think that's mainly Ryan Occon's issue. He was fine in F124. I think he's a good driver. It's just controller is just hard to be fast at this game. But yes, here we go. Lap 22 here in Mexico. Billy Krueger, 13 seconds ahead of his Ferrari teammate Dylan Thake, who are both yet to pit. But Dylan Thake is really quick right now, really fast. As here comes Maddox Beard, hunting down both the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. Gets the Aston Martin first, and at the fourth goes Maddox Beard. And now he's going to look on the Williams of Ryan Ocon for the podium places. After being in the wall on lap 5, he is looking to maybe try to have a chance to go for this race win. And with Billy Krueger still having to make probably another pit stop. Same with the Ferrari Dylan Thake, and same with also Grant Ward. A lot of people are still going to need to make their final pit stops of the day. But the question is, was that pit stop that Beard did the final stop of his day? But here we go. Beard trying to look through the S's. This is not good for Maddox Beard being held up through the S's. He's trying to find a way around. He's trying to get aggressive. He looks to the inside. And here comes Maddox Beard looking for P3. Oh, contact! And so contact between the Williams and the Red Bulls. Here we go. Ryan Ocon not wanting to give it up, but Beard will prevail and up into third while Billy Craig, your leader, is in the pit lane. And what is, oh, okay, it was just a lag there. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, the Ferrari, same with the other Ferrari in the pit lane. Had to check him a little bit, but now Maddox Beard takes the lead here in Mexico, and this is a huge undercut on your leader, Billy Craig, and same with Dylan and Fake, obviously. But here we go. Now the fight for the lead's on, but Grant Ward's going to need a pit here soon. This is looking great for Maddox Beard. I mean, if he can get to the end of those tires, this is looking great, but he's also, Billy Craig's not that far behind at the same time. So this is going to be really interesting at the end of this Mexican Grand Prix. But yeah, now Grant Ward is kind of hanging there with Maddox Beard though. But Beard does have fresher tires than Grant Ward, obviously. He's going to pull away a little bit. But it's not by that much, and this is concerning for Maddox Beard, actually. I thought this undercut was going to be a little bigger, but it really wasn't. And Billy Craig, what tires is he on? He's on the hard, so I don't know. This is actually, I thought this was looking great for Maddox Beard, but I don't know if it really is. We'll see. I mean, Beard might have the pace, though, to defend on the Ferrari, Billy Craig, but, I mean, Billy Craig does have to work his way around all this traffic, and Billy Craig is going to start off here by getting Ryan Ocon. As here we go, he looks to the inside in the DRS, and he's going to easily go around the Williams of Ryan Ocon, and Billy Craig up to third position. As now he's going to look on Grant Ward. He's now 2 seconds behind Maddox Beard. Grant Ward now falling back, and yeah, that means Billy Craig is probably about 3 or 4 seconds behind Maddox Beard up front. Could today be the day for Maddox Beard? There's also fighting here for 7th. That would be Bradley and Rainer Ferrer. But yeah, could today be the day for Maddox Beard? He's tried so hard since season 1, race 1. Obviously took an off season last season, joined the booth with me, but he's came back to race here season 3, and he's looking after so many races of trying, so many races of frustration. He's trying to get his first, this elusive first career win in Formula Allegiant. But yeah, here we go. Will there be any moves down the front stretch here? It looks like there will. Billy Craig looking to get around Grant Ward, who stays out again also. But yeah, as Billy Craig gets up to second and didn't even need DRS there, we're still going to get it. It's Billy Craig now 3.4 seconds between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Now this is going to be stressful for Maddox Beard. He did the undercut, but how well will it work? Here we go. He's just got 12 laps. He's got to do 12 laps here in the lead to get this get that first win. But yeah, Royce Crown is also in the pit lane, defending champion, going to serve the 10-second penalty also. He's going to be way far back. Might get close to being lapped, but actually no, he won't. But still, he's going to be pretty far back. This has not been a good race for Royce Crown, who was fighting for the lead early on before the safety car. On that. But, yeah, so here we go. You know how much Beard really wants this win. He does not want to lose this race. I mean, he's put on a great performance. Obviously struggled on the mediums, but he's now found his pace on the hards. It's yellow flags. Not sure what it's for, but we keep it green here in Mexico. 2.2 seconds the gap between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Could the Red Bull do good enough defense on the Ferrari and get the win? I don't know. Billy Craig also another kind of underdog. I would consider both Maddox Beard and Billy Craig are underdogs. Obviously, Maddox Beard has had the pace to win though. Almost every race. Billy Craig, I mean, he has too. both of them looking for, actually not really both of them, but Kreger looking for his second win of Season 3, while Maddox Beard looking for his first. Is here we go. And also in their careers. This will be both pretty big wins for both of these drivers. As here we go, heading up through the S's here. We're going to head on to 10 laps to go at the line. Billy Kreger almost in that DRS range. She is driving that Ferrari, driving the wheels off that Ferrari, trying to get in that DRS range and trying to get around that Red Bull, because Billy Kreger wants this for his World Championship. He wants to extend that championship lead, because he'd already have it right now. He wants to get that gap as big as possible between Dylan and Fake, because this is a great opportunity for him to take the championship lead and pull away. But yeah, watching your championship leader, that is Dylan Fake, and also Ryan Ock on the pit lane, same with Grant Ward, is now the Ferrari of Dylan Fake up into third, but 11 seconds behind. Could he even have a chance to win this race? Because we know he has great pace, but we'll see. He pit on the same lap as Billy Kreger, so I mean he's 11 seconds back, but he's done this type of stuff before. I mean, it's maybe not to this extent, but he has been able to close in these huge gaps before. Monza Season 2, Imola, actually last round he did a similar thing, but it wasn't to this extent. I don't really think he's going to be able to do it, but we'll see. Now, Billy Kreger is in the DRS range on Maddox Beard. Royce Crown says it's the fast lap of the race. But unfortunate going for Royce Crown, who's currently 8th and last out of the running drivers. But still, Royce Crown, that does prove he obviously did have the pace today, and he showed it early. He was really fast, but then after getting the wing damage, it just didn't help him. And that was a similar case to Dylan Fake also, who was leading early, got wing damage, down, he fell down to last, but now he's gone up to third. But here we go, will there be a fight down in turn 1, down the front stretch? The Ferrari gets DRS here for the first time on the Red Bull, but no moves made here down the front stretch. Beard lives to fight another day here in Mexico, but here we go. Could he be in trouble heading down the short chute? I don't think Billy Kreger's going to quite get there, but Beard charging up that ERS. He drained it down the front stretch probably to try to make sure Billy Kreger didn't get around him. I think a lot of this is going to come down to ERS management. How will Beard manage his ERS here to try to counteract that DRS from the Ferrari? There's only so much you can do though with DRS with long straights at this track like Mexico. But Beard does have pace. I mean, he does have solid pace in that Red Bull, but that Ferrari just has the fresher tires, and it's just gonna be such a good fight here, probably at the end of this race. Here we go, heading on to lap 29. Entering the closing stages of this Grand Prix, Beard's heart rate has got to be through the roof. Watching that Ferrari close behind that Red Bull. And here we go, down the front stretch. Here we go. Will Billy Kreger make a move this time? He has a look, but can't get there. Got right to the rear gearbox there. If he was just maybe a tenth closer into the DRS zone, he probably could have got him there. But here we go, down the short chute. Will there be a move here? Here we go. Move for the lead. And it's gonna be Billy Kreger back out front. Billy Kreger back to the lead, but will Maddox Beard have anything to say about it? He's gonna be struggling for grip on those hards. He's got so many laps on those hards, on those tires, and I think this is not looking great for Maddox Beard. But Beard, what can he do? He's still half a second. I mean, I think he does have a good enough pace to still fight Billy Kreger here. Even on the older tires, I mean, Billy Kreger's tire advantage is going to start to fade out as those tires start to get worn. And I'm sure Billy Kreger definitely wore those tires out also, trying to catch up to that Red Bull. I think Beard knows it. As here we go. Heading down the front stretch once again. Will there be another swap of positions? 6 tenths the gap as they head down the long front stretch. Here we go. Down the front stretch, lap 30 here in Mexico. Beard, will he have a look down into turn 1? Here we go. Maddox Beard, how desperate is he to win this race? He's going to look, can't get there. Will he wait for the short shoe? Yellow flags also, not sure what's for, but this is also, yes, the fight for the lead still. As here we go. 3/10 the gap, down the short shoe. Is he close enough? Doesn't look like it. That's not great for Maddox Beard. I think he needs to just kind of get aggressive. Oh, that's a mistake from Beard. Runs wide through those corners and loses a bunch of time to that Ferrari. That's a mistake that Beard cannot make. He's going to win this race. Oh, Bradley is out. And now what's happened to Bradley? I'm not sure. It's also Royce Crown has spun. Is there a safety car? People heading into the pit lane. Could safety car be out? Late on in the day here in Mexico, as Rainer Ferrer is in the pits. I don't know if that's a safety car, but Royce Crown has also spun around. And I don't know what's happened here. Is this a safety car? If these two come into the pits, we know it's probably a safety car here. No, it doesn't look like it was, but I don't know what happened down the final corner. It looked like it was Royce Crown and Bradley, but yeah, Royce Crown had to spin, and I don't know what happened to Bradley, but here we go, down the front stretch. Beard not going to quite get close enough as they're also closing out a lap car. Beard right there, but can't get there. He's trying everything he can in that Red Bull. He wants to get his first career win for Allegiant. But he's just not close enough here to make a move down to this corner. He's going to get a run, but not enough. How well can Billy Kreger defend on this hard-charging Red Bull? As here we go. This has been a great drive from Maddox Beard, even on the older tires. He's been able to hang with Billy Kreger. But does he have enough pace? Does he have enough in the tank to try to pass this Ferrari? As here we go. Red Bull has yet to win a race here in Formula Allegiant. Their lineup being Maddox Beard and Jonathan Hibbett. Beard had a look, wasn't able to get there. But yeah, their lineup being Beard and Jonathan Hibbett. Both of them have actually yet to win a race in Formula Allegiant in general. But yeah, that also means Red Bull has not won a race yet this season, and they have won both drivers' championships at Formula Allegiant. But here comes Maddox Beard. He is much closer this time around. Here we go. Down the front stretch. Billy Kreger moves to the right side to defend. Here comes Beard. Round the outside and takes the lead. Maddox Beard to the lead. And this is looking like it's going to be a very similar fight to how it was in Imola. Now Beard out in front, but now, yeah, he's going to have the DRS to pull away a little bit here. But Billy Kreger, he's now he's going to be looking to attack on this Red Bull. Well, the Red Bull going to be looking in his mirrors to try to defend on the Ferrari. So here we go. Down through here. I mean, Beard. Oh, that's a slide. That's a slide from Billy Kreger. Hit the grass and now out of DRS range. That is not good for Billy Kreger, but that's great for Maddox Beard. But yeah, 1.1 seconds the gap. He's not in DRS range. But could he get it back? Here we go, through here. I think the tire advantage is just worn down from Billy Kreger, but I think he still does have a slight advantage still, and he does still have pace in that Ferrari. And yeah, he's back in that DRS range. I think he got it. But I don't think he's quite close enough for a move this time around down the front stretch. That's great news for Maddox Beard. Beard gets to live to fight another day, most likely. Down the front stretch, the Ferrari gaining. Maybe Beard won't be able to live to fight another day, because now Billy Kreger makes the send to the inside and takes the lead. That's not good for Maddox Beard. I did not think that the Ferrari had enough for the tank down that front stretch to get the spot back, but he did. As here we go. This is a great fight up front between these two. As here we go. Heading up through the double right-hander here. On lap 33. Riding on to 3 laps to go at the line. Through the S's. Beard a little bit of a slide there, but not as bad as what Billy Kreger did. As here we go. Through the S's. Beard falling back a little bit. That's not good for Maddox Beard, but we'll see. Can he gain it back to the stadium section? Here we go. Beard in that dirty air in the wake of that Ferrari. As here we go. He's still going to get DRS, but is he close enough? I didn't think the Ferrari was close enough on the Red Bull last time around, but I actually think this time I don't think Beard's close enough. But we'll see. He's going to close in a lot though. 9/10 the gap down the front stretch. Doesn't look like there's going to be enough to take from him from the Red Bull, but maybe. Here we go. He's going to look, he's going to fake it out though. Not going to make the move though. He had a look, but it wasn't able to get there. But down the short shoe, will he have enough? Here we go. He just needs a good exit here. It didn't look like he got that. 3/10 the gap. Well, maybe did. Here we go. Down the short shoe, heading up into here. He makes the move, looks inside, doesn't get there. So yeah, both of them just pushing their hardest here in Mexico, trying to win this race. But also keep in mind, Dylan Thake is 6 seconds back. He was 11 seconds back not too long ago. So could Dylan Thake make the charge up front? That would be incredible if Dylan Thake could do that. As yellow flags, that is Rainer Ferrer off the road in the S's. He's backwards, and that would be Dylan Thake also. Oh no, that's the Sauber squalified for going the wrong way. That's unfortunate. I don't know why the game did that, but that is unfortunate. He was just trying to get back out on track, but it's too late for a safety car. So here we go, heading on to 2 laps to go. Beard is close, but is he close enough? 5/10 the gap. He's much closer than the last time around. Jack Wood, 3-second penalty, but we're not focused on that. We're focused on the battle for the lead. Here with 2 laps to go. Beard makes the move to the inside, and Maddox Beard takes the lead. Contact between the 2 leaders. The Ferrari ran to the back of the Red Bull, but no damage. I am wondering about the Ferrari and Dylan Thake, though. He is gaining rapidly because these two have been fighting so hard up front. They got to keep in mind, Dylan Thake is gaining maybe about 2 seconds a lap. But I don't think he's going to quite get there. But if these two collide up front, don't count out that Ferrari, the other Ferrari of Dylan Thake, who dominated early on. He probably has the faster car, but yeah, with the first 5 laps, he was really good. Had the lead, but the safety car really messed him up. But now here we go down through here. Beard Kreger, 6/10 the gap. I don't know why I'm figuring out how to talk, but here we go through the stadium section. No moves made here. Here we go. Here we go. This is looking like it's going to be a spectacular finish here in Mexico City. Here we go. Down the front stretch. One final time here in Mexico. Does Billy Kreger have enough of the take down the front stretch? 5 the difference. 3 the difference. Gaining. He goes to the inside, and Billy Kreger takes the lead. Billy Kreger takes the lead, but what does Maddox Beard have to say about that? He's not probably going to have enough down the short chute because Billy Kreger will have the DRS. That's frustrating for Maddox Beard, but can he get it later on the lap? Here we go. Kreger's going to pull away, but we'll see. I think the next passing zone is likely going to be heading up into the stadium section. Here we go. Kreger looking to win another new track in Formula Allegiant. Beard does not want to lose this race this way. Here we go. Through the S's for the final time. Here we go. Through the S's. Mistake from Beard. But he's going to try to get it together here. Because he could have a chance through the stadium section. Will he send it here? Heading up into the stadium section for the final time. This is the finish of the first ever Formula Allegiant Mexican Grand Prix. Here we go. Does Beard make the send? He does not. Beard tries everything he can, but he can't get there. And Billy Kreger through the final corner. Billy Kreger takes the championship lead, and Billy Kreger wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Beard in second heartbreak again for Maddox Beard as Dylan Thake gaining fast but wasn't able to get there. Finishes in third. I don't know why I'm forgetting how to talk again, but here we go. Not really a fight for 4th. Ryan Ocon looking to bring him a solid P4 in that Williams. I'm sure he'll be pretty happy about that, considering how he's been past season or so in Formula Allegiant. Hasn't really been able to get these solid spots. Hit the wall. Look, he didn't lose a tire there. But here we go through the final corners. Williams going to finish in P4. He's going to wreck it across the line. Ryan Ockham going to finish in 4th as Jack Ward going to come across the line. He's going to finish it in the pit lane, I guess. He's going to finish it in the pits. And here we go. Royce Crown had the pace, but not the luck here tonight. As here we go, Ryan Ocon through the final corner. Royce Crown finishes in P7, I believe it was, or P6. What am I talking about? Alrighty, well that will do it from Mexico. What a race that was in Mexico City. Here's your podium. Yep, there is your result. So here's your rewards first. My goodness, Billy Kreger, race winner. Fast lap goes to Royce Crown. Driver of the day goes to Maddox Beard. Most overtakes goes to Maddox Beard, and cleanest driver goes to Dylan Fake. So here's the results on your screen. Billy Kreger wins. Beard second. Fake third. Ryan Ockham 4th. Jack Ward 5th. Royce Crown 6th. And 7th, 8th, and 9th, both DNF. Bradley, Benji Bowen, and the Sauber, Rainer Ferrer, who unfortunately got disqualified. I don't know why he got disqualified from that, but that's just how the F1 games are nowadays. But so the graphic on your screen, let's go ahead and hear from your drivers in a sec here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and hear from your drivers here in the Mexican Grand Prix. Yeah, that was a really fun finish though here in Mexico. I was thinking Beard would have had enough though into the stadium section. I thought he was just gonna make a last ditch effort, but he just didn't get the exit. Probably leading up into the hairpin. I just don't think he was quite close enough. But yeah, Beard really tried everything he could that race. Just wasn't enough. But yeah, it was all right. Let's go ahead and hear from your drivers. Just want to add that. Yeah, let's go here for the drivers. Alright. Let me pull up the results.
Results? Complete, utter bullshit.
Crown was 6th.
Okay.
First, I think.
We'll go ahead and start off with, I believe, it is Royce Crown. So Royce Crown, you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Yeah, Royce Crown. He had the pace. This was just unfortunate what happened, obviously, and just really didn't have the luck here tonight. But you were fast early on, and you showed your pace. But just after safety cars, things went downhill. So what happened to kind of take you out of contention for the win? And yeah, just run me through your race.
Yeah, so what was it? It was JC and Maddox battling up for P1. They took a weird line into the one corner coming into Sector 3. I had to slam the brakes on. Obviously, I did my best to avoid Maddox, but we made minor contact. And then the following corner, the hairpin, a pink V-car comes flying in out of nowhere. Spins me around. I get wing damage. And then I go to the pits, and because of the wing damage, I lock up and, well, get a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Other than that, it is what it is. Yeah, pace was there, just terribly unlucky. But we'll be back next week, and we'll we'll do our best.
Yep. Speaking of next week, we have your home GP coming up next. You won it last year. Do you think you could win it again in Canada?
We'll definitely try. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. And yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to Grant Ward. So Grant Ward, you ready?
Yep.
So yeah, Grant Ward, he had a really good pace tonight. You had a pretty solid qualifying, and yeah, just similar to Dylan Thick, just things kind of didn't really go great after the safety car, and you do finish in P5. Went pretty long on those tires though, but yeah, it was. Yeah, you overall good pace, but just the results didn't really show it. I mean, you still come out with top 5, which isn't terrible, but yeah, just walk me through your race.
Went hards early, hoping there wasn't safety car early. There was, so I decided to throw a medium, thinking, okay, get him out of the way, get back on the hards later, be alright. That was until the V-carb deciding to drive like an absolute idiot. Like, I don't understand why you just all of a sudden hit the brakes there. I mean, Dylan gets destroyed by him, and I run into Dylan because nowhere to go, but just brake checks us, so really just screwed us early. I mean, we had to go put on our last set of fresh tires on lap 8 of a race.
Oh.
By that point, you're just trying to pray that either everyone else has bad luck or somebody else gets terrorized by the V-car, because that's apparently all he was good for tonight.
Yeah, I have a feeling it was the game that slowed him down, but I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure. But yeah, we head on to Canada. You got really close last season. You had a really crazy finish with Royce Crown. Do you think you could come out on top this time around in Canada?
Not sure really. I mean, I didn't think I was going to have pace in Mexico. Here we are. Thought I was going to have decent pace in Imola. Not really, so I don't know. Let me flip a coin, see what happens.
Yep. All right, we're gonna move on to Ryan Ocon, who finishes in P4. So yeah, Ryan Ocon, you ready?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, Ryan Ocon, you come home with P4, which isn't too bad. You were able to just stay out of chaos, and you're able to come home with P4. Kind of, I would say, let's get kind of a quiet day, but you did get some screen time. So you had a crazy battle early for like 7th, and then after all the chaos, you got up to like 2nd with the pit cycles and everything, and then you ultimately end up in P4. So yeah, just walk me through your race.
yeah, I needed to do something different in order to do so because, as you saw, I mean, you look at the fastest lap at the end of the race from all the drivers, and you look where I'm at, and it's like, oh, okay. So I had absolutely no pace, and it's kind of frustrating because, I mean, I know I'm not great at Mexico, but to be a second off Dylan is expected, but to be a second off JC and Ward and the others is not really expected at all, especially when we run other leagues together. And, you know, the other night, we had a race at Texas. I get there. We have our tracks. You know, I get that. But you know, you see where even where Maddox's pace has gone from 24 to 25, and it's been that way for myself. You know, it's just you're falling off, and you don't really know what's happened. You don't just lose talent overnight. But there's people in this league though who we have already spoke about with other drivers having issues. On my end early on in the race, to what you were saying, you know, staying out of the chaos. I was part of the chaos early on with the Alpine and the V-carb. I had my own share of faults with the V-carb at one point, but the Alpine just gave me no space a ton of times, so I started giving it right back, you know, and nothing illegal, but you know, we have regular corner cutting for a reason, so you know, we got into it, you know, that's that. I mean, all's fine, it's nothing too bad, and then, you know, the V-carb got what he deserved. I don't know why he decided to retire on track. That's ridiculous. But P4 after that, staying out of it most of it all, yeah, I can't complain, I guess. If you look at my pace, it's a better result compared to what the drivers pace was like tonight. So I guess it's a plus, but again, like I said earlier, you just don't lose talent overnight. Some people in this league here don't have what you got, but you know, I don't know where it's gone. So I guess again, we'll just get finishes based on avoiding the chaos.
Yeah. Well, in Canada, do you think you could maybe get a good finish on pace, or I mean, do you think you could just get a good finish, maybe avoiding chaos like tonight, or just how do you think you'll do in Canada?
No, because you would think with regular corner cutting, I'd do a lot better here compared to our leagues we have with strict. So I would think it'd be a lot better, but it's not been the case. Um, in all fairness, though, I did a Canada race recently with these guys, with most of these guys, not all of them, but some of them, and um, 2/10 off pole. It's not terrible. It's better than tonight for sure, a lot better. And that was in the dry. And then the wet race, I finished second. So you know, just like usual, like I've been saying constantly, and unlike last season, just needed to be a wet race. I think I didn't finish last season's race because I just lost talent, kept pushing too hard, and I'm having to make up lost ground because I'm just not there on pace this game. So if I use the setup I did last time and remember what it was, I think I'll at least have a chance to be close, but I don't think I'll be top three on pace or anything like that. I need a wet race in order for that to happen. And we know Canada does like to rain a lot. So if it does, I think I got a chance. If it doesn't, then I think I'm just gonna have to settle for chaos again. Um, but yeah, I mean Canada's treated me nice over the game cycles in the past. Just this one, it's hit or miss. So we'll see. I don't
Yep.
know. Time will tell. You just it's like Ward said, flip a coin.
Yeah. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to we're actually gonna move on to Dylan Fakes. Dylan Fake, you ready?
Y'all.
So yeah, Dylan Fake, you probably honestly probably the best pace tonight, but with all the chaos on that safety car restart, getting damage, fell all the way down to around last. I think you actually might have been last at one point, and then
I was there.
yeah, and then you were able to climb your way back up. I mean, mostly raw pace, but again, also would avoid some chaos. Also being back there, and you do come up with P3. I honestly thought you might have had a chance at the end with how fast you were gaining on the 2 liters, but just wasn't quite enough. But yeah, weren't able to quite go 3 in a row. But yeah, just walk me through your race. It was kind of a roller coaster race for you. So yeah, just walk me through your race.
Quality was good. On pole, did my job there, and then everything was going nicely until the safety car came out, and then on the restart, unbeknownst to me, that some absolute specimen in a V-carbs decided not to pit and then slam the brakes on before the restart. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea because we're going slower. We wouldn't have caught the safety car, so the game wouldn't have kicked in. So yeah, we were going 40 miles an hour and he slows it down to 15 or so. So you can't do a lot. Yeah, went from last to third in the end. Ended up about 30 odd seconds in front of fourth, and only 3 seconds, 4 seconds off the win. So pace was all right. But yeah, I think after the safety car, P3 was as good as we're gonna get. I couldn't have caught. I think it was 14, 13 seconds in. Around 13 laps, so yeah, I'll take P3. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. So we head on to Canada. How do you think you'll do in Montreal?
Well, I couldn't tell you after today. Today I was pretty confident. All my laps before were solid. Quali was solid. Race at the start was solid, but then obviously you've got no idea what's going to happen. And the walls are a lot closer in Canada, so God knows what's going to occur with myself. I'm not ruling myself out, but with anybody that's in. So obviously the win would be nice, but after today, I really, really couldn't tell you. But hopefully it's less eventful as it was today and something more like Emily, which was a lot of fun, whereas today was just a ball ache.
Yeah. All right, we'll go gonna move on to Maddox Spears. Maddox Spears, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah, once again, come home in P2, heartbreak. But you did have pretty good pace. I mean, you got the safety car. I think the safety car was because of your spin. I would assume. I didn't even know it was a safety car for like a little bit, but yeah. You had a pretty solid strategy, actually. I mean, you got a big undercut on Billy Kreger, then Billy Kreger was able to catch back up, and you went back and forth the last like 5 laps of the race, and you unfortunately end up in P2 after being passed on the final lap. Was there anything you could have done on the final lap, maybe, to try to get Billy Kreger, and also just how was the race overall?
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I don't know what to say. Pretty used to this. I pretty much lost the words again. Tried my best to do an interview here, but yeah, I mean, we had what I thought was going to be a good qualifying. Didn't have a great qualifying on the final run. I just screwed up. I had an okay race start, but then after a few laps, I don't know what happened with the rear of the car, but it was sliding pretty much every corner, and eventually I just couldn't save it, and I'm not really sure why that was a safety car, because I mean I was pretty kind of far off track. I don't think I got any damage on track. It was off track, but I mean I guess I'll take it. But I knew I didn't want to go into the hards yet because I wanted to save the hards for the end of the race. But then I also had to have the mediums for a good 8 laps. Mediums at Mexico are pretty useless after a few laps, but yeah, had a great safety car restart, and that was very, very nice. And then once I got to Billy, it kind of stalled out. But I mean, yeah, at the end there, I don't know. I didn't realize Billy was gonna be so close. And he was only 4 seconds when he pit, and he was on 6 lap pressure tires. I don't really know what else I can do. I thought I defended pretty well on the last lap there. I wanted to let him go by before the detection zone so I could get DRS down on the second DRS straight. And I swear he was ahead of me in the DRS in the detection zone, but I guess he wasn't. So from there, my race was pretty much over. My rear tires were at 80%. I don't know. I was pushing as hard as I could. Great battle though with Billy. Very clean. Good job to him, but don't really have much else to say. I'm kind of numb, like Kyle Busch said. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have Canada coming up next. I mean, do you think maybe Canada could be the day? I mean, obviously, not looking great. Not looking like it's going great for you right now. But I mean, do you think Canada can turn everything around?
Just honestly, time will tell. Honestly, these races are really, really boring or really interesting. Pace-wise, I'm not sure Canada is one of my better tracks, but yeah, honestly, time will have to tell. Won't be shocked though. That at this time next week I'll be doing another P2 interview. But yeah, just headed to Canada and do the best we can. That's all I can say.
Yep. All right. Well, we gotta go ahead and move on to your race winner, Billy Kreger. You ready?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Billy Kreger, you come out with your second win of your career, second win of the season. First of all, how do you feel? And also, you win again. You win again on a new track on the calendar. And yeah, just how was it battling Maddox Beard? And yeah, just how was your race overall? Because you were able to have pretty solid pace. So yeah, how was your race overall?
Yeah, excited about the second win. Mexico is definitely one of my better tracks. So, just tried to make the right strategic decisions. Got a little lucky with some guys getting damage in front of me. After that happened, it was really just going to be between Maddox and I for who was going to get the win. I thought he made a little bit of a mistake by deciding to go balanced and take his second set of mediums. So once he pitted, I knew I was good to take an overcut and thought I had the pace to close down anywhere inside of 5 or 6 seconds. So took the fresher tires. Kudos to him for the clean racing. I know he went through Sector 1 pretty well side by side. And, you know, tried to drop him once I got past him. I think I got out to 9 or 9.5 tenths. And wasn't able to do it. So again, props to him for having the pace to keep up on older tires. So once I couldn't drop him, just managed the battery. Wanted to have DRS with 100% coming around on the last lap, and was pretty much smooth sailing from there.
Yep. So we got Canada coming up next. Unfortunately, it's not a new track, but do you think you could win at Canada?
Definitely not one of my stronger tracks. Depending on who is going to be racing next week, I would say a good result for me would be like anything better than P4 or P4 or better or P5 or better, somewhere in that range. I just try to manage through the weaker tracks and then take advantage on the stronger ones for myself.
Yep. All right. Well, congrats on your win, Billy Kreger. Also, like I said, I forgot I said in the Discord, I hope he win because he gave me that time trial technique or whatever. But yeah.
Oh yeah, it always works. It always works better doing it that way.
Yeah, I'll do that from now on. But thank you for that, and congrats on your win. I'm gonna go do my outro. See ya. All right. Well, that'll do it for me. I gotta get to the league race. I gotta hurry up. So that'll do it for me. What a Mexican Grand Prix that was. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, we'll see you next Friday right here once again for the Canadian Grand Prix. And we'll see if we have just as good a finish as we had last season at Canada. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go do my other league race. So see you guys in Canada.